So let's just jump into this. I don't have questions. I have thoughts.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, perfect. I have we will probably start off with, I was talking to Scott Young, who's the author of Ultra Learning. Right. He's a Wall Street Journal bestseller. And he spoke about something super interesting on my conversation with him. I was asking him, do people actually lead towards success when they wake up early, when they, probably meditate, right? And as much as I followed you on social media, you are someone who has certain habits that you follow.
Yeah.
Right.
Try to follow.
So my question
Yeah.
So my question to him was, do people actually go towards success and achieve it when they wake up at 6 a.m, 5 a.m, like the likes of Warren Buffett and probably your Steve Jobs and so on and so forth? They had these habits, and he termed or coined this term on the call itself and said these are hygiene habits.
Yeah.
Right. Which means that you might wake up at 5 a.m, but what you actually do after that is what defines success for you. You've had a fitness journey. Let's start off from that. How have those habits sort of made you in the person you are today? And how does that sort of transform your living during the weekdays?
So I wasn't a morning person for the longest time. I think even a large part of my entrepreneurial journey, I was never a morning person. I became a morning person after I became a father. Because at some point I was doing nights and mornings became more valuable. But it's interesting what you just said, right? I look at it maybe in a similar sense, but I term it differently, is that you need to find periods with the least amount of distraction for you to do the most valuable work. And for me, that became early in the morning. So 6 to 7 in the morning became a period when everybody's asleep. It is even now. Now it's about 6 to 6:30 now. Daughter wakes up earlier. And I kind of use that period of time, and I still use that 6 to 6:30 period even now, to kind of ease into the day. What's been interesting for me is that I use the top and the bottom of my day for myself. I call it my me time is the first thing and the last thing I do. Little before, after the first, so basically wake up at 6 a.m. because I have to wake up my daughter by 6:30. She has to be in school by 7:45. So between 6:30 to 7, I get her ready. Close enough to 7, between 5 minutes to 7 to 7:15. My wife makes sure she's grabbing something to eat while I grab a small bite as well. One of us drops her off to school, and then the morning starts. So, and then work out in the morning and work after that. Evenings again, right? She comes back to school in the afternoon, goes out to play in the evening, comes back around 7-ish. So between 7 about 8:30 is when she's got time to hang with us. Again, when she has my 4.5-year-old has the most packed social schedule of anybody I know. Again, that part is still about 8:30 8:39 when we all wind up and sleep. 8:30 is what we try because kids need more sleep. And my wife generally sleeps off by about 9. Pooja is an early sleeper as well. So between 9 and about 10:30 is again my time. I'll sit and read a book. And I've tweaked a few things. I've tried different things. I don't stick with all of them all the time, but I've realized over time that what makes me feel fresher, what makes me feel like I'm actually feeling more refreshed, feeling like I'm more focused. Simple things like just read a book for half an hour before you go to bed. Journal first thing in the morning. Just get that whatever's in your head at night out of your mind and onto a piece of paper, so it's cleaned out. But also, it doesn't have to be every day. Like some days, I'm looking at a phone till I go to sleep. It's a terrible habit to have, but I do it very often. Some days I'll wake up first thing in the morning, pick up my phone, right? I feel we'll all do that. The problem is the internet tells us that this is the only way to do it. I know people are super productive who work way late into the night and only wake up by noon, but they can afford to do that. And their cycle is that. You need to find what your cycle is. My cycle became what it is primarily because of it was connected to a child and her cycle. I know many people who work very well at night because again, you're trying to find periods late at night or early in the morning and someone's not distracting you. There isn't that, that WhatsApp message, that email, or anything else. And the same thing kind of goes for workouts as well. I look at workouts in two ways. One is it's my period of meditation almost, because I don't, I seldom take calls when I'm working out. I used to keep my phone on D&D, but now I've let that be, because I just let Siri tell me in my ear who the call is from. If I don't know the number, I don't pick it up. I continue my workout. And that 1 hour, 1.5 hours is me fully focused on a certain activity, and it makes you kind of think about a lot of other stuff.
Correct.
But it also does something else for me. My workouts help me have the energy to perform and do all the stuff that I do. I shifted at a certain point of time in my life where a little before we had our daughter, I was like a lot more buff. I had always wanted to be that slightly buffer person from a gym. So, biceps had gotten bigger, chest had gotten puffier.
Okay.
Stamina was at its lowest, because I would huff and puff if I had to walk a few flights of stairs, because I basically focused on a visual look and not innate fitness. And I used to kind of be tired taking care of a baby, and my wife made me realize that, and I kind of switched from being this person to focus on visual appeal of working out. I think 3 fundamental things, and I actually learned this from Saurabh, who runs SoFit. He actually puts it really well. He says you got to run better, you got to lift better, you got to jump better. 3 primary things in your life which you need to do, for which you need to be physically fit. Think of any activity you might do in life which requires physical. It's just you're running, lifting, you're jumping. Literally 3 things you want to do. And that's what I focus on now. So I have a lot more energy. My food, my workouts are all tuned to make sure I perform at the level I need to, because I'm little over 4 months from being 40. And I feel I'm fitter than I was at 35 or at 30 right now.
Absolutely.
I've just tried to find things that make me perform better today as I'm getting closer to 40 than I was at 25, 30. Or even 35. I still have a drink. I still like to have a great meal, go out, eat biryani, go have, do that as well. But you also don't want to tell yourself that you don't want to do all those things.
That's true.
You got to balance it out. You should go have ice cream. I love having ice cream. But you kind of balance that out in the rest of the week. You can't always just do that. At least once you cross 30 is how I look at it. But all of these things help me do better as a professional, help me do better as a creator and everything else. Because you have the energy, you have the mental focus, you go in and do that, and you just build a system.